One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to John O'Quinn Field in H-Town, home to the Houston Cougars. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the UCF Knights, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Houston Cougars. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. He'll bring it out. It's Hill. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. So UCF's offense will have the football first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling, staying in your gaps, winning at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Got him downfield. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground. Now on first down from the 30. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot of daylight. He gets one to the 32.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Handoff from the gun. Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35.
Well, he got you 2 on first down. He got you 2 on second. 2 won't get it done on third. You're going to have to go somewhere else if you're on offense here to stay on the field.
And now on third down after that last run. Brown will throw it. And the defense got him at the 27.
But when the offense goes empty, that triggers the defense to want to blitz. The linebacker came that time. They couldn't get him blocked, and down goes the QB. Will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So Houston's offense will go to work for the first time today.
give to the tailback. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Looking to fire. Starting to feel a little pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. At the 35, he's got room. He'll work his way down to the 28.
It's just so hard to stop. There is no rhyme. There is no reason. He just scrambles around, makes people miss, and the next thing you know, you look up and he's 20, 30 yards down the field, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Throws to the wideout. Complete to the left. He's stopped and forced out of bounds just short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 11. Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Spins away from the defense. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. I can hear the defensive coordinator in the next booth yelling, "Wrap up. You have to wrap up.
Bring your feet, 4 points of contact." You hear all those stuff from your defensive coaches, but you know what? Sometimes the guy's just better. He makes a play and gets in the end zone.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Pulled and fired complete. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that 1st down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? This offense really needs to get something going. Punt on the opening drive, and now a 3rd and 10 coming up. Throws to the tight end. That pass is incomplete.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
The Knights will punt this one away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, looking for a little sliver of hope. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Here comes the Houston offense once again. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some space. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Houston. Hello.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Texas Tech endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Lubbock. And the Red Raiders came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is still a W. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standards.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
Oh, better look out. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Brown wants to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
On the move, he fires. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Knights will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Special teams coming through as they pin him back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Looking for room, it's Owens. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. Got stuffed on 1st down, it's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. He's taking the shot. Oh, what a play, it's intercepted. Takes it the other way. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Leaves it with the back. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
And those plays from a defensive perspective, man, they're just super annoying because now I'm in the worst spot ever. 3rd and manageable. Like, I don't know if you're passing, don't know if you're running. So nice job by this offense keeping this defense off balance and creating a 3rd down opportunity that's in their favor.
The inside handoff. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The The run up the middle, looking for the score. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. That's the end of the quarter, and Houston has the lead. And they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. That ball is intercepted at the goal line. They'll bring him down at the 15-yard line as he made some hay after picking off that pass.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
The Houston offense comes onto the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. A huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
What a throw on first down on the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
They use the chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Complete on the comeback. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. They'll run it. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Thomas. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now. Having given up multiple first downs on this drive, somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
Draws and screens are a great way to slow down really aggressive pass rushers. It allows the defensive ends and the defensive tackles to run upfield. The offensive linemen kind of push them upfield.
Touchdown, Cougar! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
All you can say is how impressive has this team been at home today in all 3 facets of the game. Their defense has been outstanding. We've seen some plays in special teams, and the offense continues to deliver, showing off all of the playmakers and all of the versatility they have on that side of the football. This could not be better here in the first half with the home team.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you've got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that.
Breaks into the open. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Knights want to pick up the tempo.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line of scrimmage, going tempo.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Brown will throw it. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And I'm kind of surprised by this performance, man. The QB last week, you could tell, dude, he was in rhythm. He was good timing. You could tell the chemistry with receivers were good. And today, everything just looks off. And it looks hard. It looks difficult. They got to find a way to get back in the rhythm they were in last week.
Absolutely perfect. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Dynamite matchup this week in the American fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Memphis is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 7 over Tulane. We'll circle back. If anything big happens in this clash in the American, you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run the guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. And the Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. Here's a heat. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line. Good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to fight.
A shot toward the end zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Cougars. That had touchdown written all over it from the moment he caught the ball. Big play, big run for the score.
Yeah, they had touchdown written all over it because nobody was covering it. It would be a good idea to get a hand on him. You know, listen, I know you guys got some speed, and maybe you give him a cushion and give him some space, but that was a little aggressive on the space department there.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point gives him a 28-3 lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Unless you have somebody ready to do his best Tom Brady impression, down 28-3 is no fun, and they have to get something going right now. The short hands, it's Green. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. The Knights with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Now the play fake. A strike downfield. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again.
I think one of the most undervalued assets in good quarterback play is the play-action game. Making the run fake honestly and truthfully looking like run. You're fooling the defense, and then you're just making it easier on yourself because you're giving yourself bigger lanes to throw the football into.
The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Brown wants to pass. Gets it to the back. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
You know, this linebacker is a special player because not only is he good making tackles in the open field, this guy can cover, and you saw a great example of it with that running back. In
the gun, looking to throw on third down. Picked picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. He's going to run it. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one. Another explosive play and another first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Looking to throw on first down. Wide open downfield. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The run from the shotgun. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The Cougars come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He'll run it again. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Houston!
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
UCF 3. He'll bring it out. It's Farmer. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide receiver going in motion. Caught in the backfield, it's Hughes. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Knights are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Knights send out the punt unit. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Snagged in the middle, it's Owens.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. That one will be incomplete, and we are down to 10 seconds to go. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Caught near the sticks, it's King. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45. Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's King. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Takes the handoff. It's Owens. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, thanks, guys. And through 2 quarters of ball, it looks like we're in for another fun one here today. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the cage in Southeast Texas.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Knights will kick it away to crank up the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Looking for room. It's Owens. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20. A pickup of 5. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Let's see what they've got on second down. Back to throw. It's Lagway. He's going to let it go. He's got it down the right side. And that tackle almost certainly saved a touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain.
Man, we knew coming into this game just how explosive this offense could be, and a big part of that is their ability to throw the football. They've scored a ton of points, and it's because they can generate plays like that. When this quarterback sees the one-on-one match,
turning it on! He's brought down the one, a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
Houston getting set, looking at 1st and 10. From the gun. Give on the inside. He's piled up 97 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. 1st and goal now for Houston as they try to get it in. He'll do it himself. Touchdown, Houston. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And right down the middle. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCF UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Coming out on first down with the play fake. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You can tell the defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake. Finds the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
They'll go to the ground. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Houston will be forced to punt. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Didn't get anything done. 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and long. Brown will throw it. With the catch, it's Jenkins. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
I don't know if the quarterback read the coverage properly on that one, but obviously the result is an incompletion.
The Knights come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football game.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Houston offense once again. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more...
There he goes. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. He wants to go deep. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? Do we see pass interference? In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. To the air. It's Flagway. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to throw again. Caught over the middle. It's Brown. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Off play action. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's now the 2nd time this wide receiver has scored. Another outstanding job with the route. Great job securing the catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he added the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Sam Houston is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by just 4 to Pittsburgh. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping it. What a job to lay out and make the catch. This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The play action fake. Pressure coming. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. And they don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
He'll field the punt and take it back. Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the 3rd quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the period, and Houston has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff is shaping up. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. They'll go to the counter play. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. That's reeled in. It's Smith. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. wants to throw on third down. He lobs one high down the left side. Throw to the sideline, and it's complete, and they've got a big play.
It really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up the scoreboard.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on 2nd and goal from the 6. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. They keep pushing forward down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Slams ahead. They got 0 push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Give to the back. Defense is there to greet him again, and they are ready, and he has found nowhere to run tonight. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Brown wants to pass. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete to the left. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
The Knights with the 1st and 10. Quarterback on the keeper. Runs through the tackle. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. The Knights back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He'll keep it himself. Oh, he's got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights!
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this one. And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the 1st down. Houston is moving it quickly down the field. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Now they're going to throw it. That's caught. It's Broussard. And he's down after making the catch, but did not reach the line to gain. The Cougars really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Trying play action. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
Lining up to add another. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
UCF 10.
Fielded in the end zone. And the ball's free deep in his own territory. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover. The Houston offense comes onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. With jet sweep pass. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conservative. Because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring. And the defense better do something about it.
UCF 10.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Brown will throw it. Trying to make magic with his feet. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Gets rid of it. Makes the catch. It's Hill.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good...
Snatch it inside the 20. They'll bring him down as he bulks up those numbers, but not the most important one as they'll come up short in this game. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row.